It often takes a whole bunch of creative minds to make a movie happen, and they don't always have a unified vision. The director and screenwriter might disagree over how the story should go, or studio execs might make changes after test audiences decide that seeing the Titanic sink is just too sad. Were these movies improved by the changes they went through on their way to the big screen? Fortunately, their original endings have survived, so we can judge for ourselves. Terminator 2: Judgment Day. It's now a massive franchise spanning half a dozen films and a TV series, but director James Cameron wrapped up the story he wanted to tell with Terminator 2. Or at least, he tried to. The film initially ended with an epilogue set 30 years in the future. Sarah Connor tells the audience that the Judgment Day of August 29, 1997 came and went without any sign of a robot-human war. John Connor is a senator and a dad.
The luxury of hope was given to me by the Terminator.
It offered a satisfying conclusion after the frightening emotional roller coaster of the first two films, but studio bosses didn't like the epilogue because it meant no more time travel, no more robots, and no more sequels.
I'll be back.
Titanic.
I'll never let go. I promise.
Another James Cameron movie, Titanic, concludes on a sweet romantic note. Old Rose throws the heart of the ocean overboard while on a boat full of explorers actively looking for that very gem. Then she goes to sleep and dies, reunited with Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, the great love of her life. It's probably a better ending than the first one writer-director James Cameron wrote. Old Rose is caught by the crew throwing the gem of the ocean into the sea. The explorers go nuts, and then Bill Paxton laughs like a fool. The Butterfly Effect. The good news? Ashton Kutcher can time travel. The bad news? His constant manipulation of time, as well as his general existence, messes up the lives of everyone around him. So, at the end of The Butterfly Effect, to spare his one true love the pain he caused her, he goes back in time and makes sure they never meet. But the film initially called for the character to go much, much, much farther back in time to prevent the damage he caused. Like, all the way back. He goes back to his own gestating body and strangles himself with the umbilical cord. Gross. The Blair Witch Project. This found-footage horror flick ends with Heather finding her film school buddy stuck in the corner of a derelict basement facing the wall, just before she gets knocked out by some unseen menace. This lives up to the Blair Witch murder motif they learned from the locals earlier. The original ending is more to the point, with Heather finding Mike's hanging body instead. Clerks. Kevin Smith's directorial debut depicted a day in the life, with a few side adventures, of a convenience store clerk. His original ending finished the film on a dark note that's also a sadly unavoidable occupational hazard for anyone standing behind a retail counter.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed.
Dante is shot and killed in a robbery. Just think, if he'd kept that ending, we never would have gotten to see the cinematic masterpiece that was Clerks 2. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more videos like the one you just saw, and leave us a comment to let us know which movie you think would have been better with its other ending.